Hello one and all, welcome back to ArcheAge Inspiration. I am here in the now snowy Rookborn Basin for another episode. Today's rolls are, holy crap, I'm at 5,000 labor. Today's rolls are 4, 5, and 10. Guess I need to go spend my labor. Let's see what we get. Sorcery, Songcraft, and Vitalism, looks like. So let's see what this makes. That is a Gypsy. Cool name. Okay, be right back. Okay, this is the Gypsy. Now, this class combination seemed a little weird at first. Not a ton of synergies between Vitalism and Sorcery. Songcraft has synergies between itself and the other two, but the outlaying ones are a little weird. But I have to say, I'm pleasantly surprised. I kind of want to actually play this. I think you could play this a number of different ways. I think these are three trees that work very well together, that are likely to get a lot better once level 55 rolls around. Those extra 5 points can go a long way here for sure. But what I came up with is actually a very passive-focused build. Even though I only take 5 passives, a lot of the other abilities that are taken more or less just to unlock the passives. The big ones here are the cast time reduction in Sorcery, the cast time reduction in Songcraft, and the cast time reduction in Vitalism. Combine those with Hummingbird Ditty and your overall cast time is quite quick. As you can see, 71%, pretty ridiculous. There's a number of ways you can actually play this build out. Like I mentioned, you could play it as a hard healer, going for Songcraft and Vitalism, and picking up Sorcery only for, you know, stuff like Insulating Lens and maybe the mana passive or something. You can play it as sort of a versatile build, which is what I have, where you're going to be doing both healing and damage. And you could also play as a full caster if you wanted, focusing on Sorcery and Songcraft and using Vitalism only for, you know, maybe something like Skewer, which is a quite nice ability. If you do decide to play it as a versatile character, you can either dual wield or use a two-hander. I think the dual wielding is probably actually a little bit better. I don't really have a good dual wielding set right now, unfortunately, but because of the dual wielding cast or spread the skill cooldown reduction, it can make your ability to chain fire spells off a lot more, well, a lot more dangerous, really. Being able to cast very quickly as well as have a very low skill cooldown is very powerful. Just to show as a demonstration of what's possible with this build, I want to show you a few little tricks you can do. If you heal yourself with a few different hots, you have a chance of recovering the cooldown on something like Mend. Mend gives you an Inspire stack when you cast it, which increases your attack speed as well. I'm not proccing one right now, but it can still give you a very ridiculous cast speed and global cooldown speed. As you can see, I'm able to chain discords, critical discords, very quickly. Likewise, I can do pretty much the same thing here if I were to use my magic circle first, giving me a large quantity of damage. So we'll pop that first, and then we'll go ahead and go into this. If you do manage to trigger your heal and such, you can actually, I think I just healed myself instead of attacking with the antithesis. But you can actually manage to do a decent chunk of damage very quickly. Antithesis actually hits reasonably hard. Granted, its damage is going to be, I don't know, roughly the same as a critical discord. I mean, you can see it's a little bit higher, just tooltip 1696, whereas the critical discord is 1389. The thing about critical discord, though, is it actually scales more quickly. So with a higher damage, antithesis will be a less likely choice for all that kind of stuff. It doesn't really actually have any other direct benefits for all that kind of stuff. If you do charm the target, you can do some extra damage. Which actually I think I have the charm. Yes, I do. Wasn't actually using it. So we can make a note of that. So I'll go ahead and show that off really quickly here. Let's pop this down here and try to do some... Oh, no more... Oh, okay, I guess I just couldn't see the snow. Speeding kind of weird, I guess. And I think I mistimed the thing there, because the way that the charm works is it kicks in after the stun is done with Startling Strain. So there's a little bit of a window where it doesn't have it. One thing to note, this build is very mana hungry, as you can tell, and if it's going to be a healer, it's going to be very mana hungry as well. I only have stamina gear right now, So unfortunately, or sorry, stamina and spirit gear. So I don't actually have a very high intelligence. With higher intelligence, this build could do very well. In fact, could even do well using the, I think, Meadow set it is. There's a set that gives stamina, intelligence, and spirit, all three of them. And that may be something you could consider using for this particular setup. So let's give ourselves a heal over time. Drop our circle there. Give ourselves a song. Just to make some temporary extra damage and cast speed. Okay, so we missed it again. That's alright. The whole point is there's a little bit of a combo, and just the raw damage output in a very short amount of time is quite a lot. You know, whether it's PvP viable is a different story. The problem with this build for PvP concerns is that it does not really have anything by means of crowd control. You are purely going to be a support damage and support healer. So likely better in groups of maybe 5 people, where your individual crowd control ability isn't quite as needed. But if you can make it work just by yourself, then go for it. I mean, I could imagine if you get tanky enough, you could probably just stand still, you know, use all your defensive capabilities, use your ability to heal yourself, and just out DPS somebody, and if they start hurting you, you can just start pouring on the heals, switch over to your healing club, and heal yourself as much as you can. Certainly nothing wrong with that. Lots of ways to sustain yourself, and lots of combos available here. Didn't really talk too much about all the sorcery stuff you have access to. These are kind of like just taken, just to be taken. Really, Insulating Lens, Magic Circle, and Mana Flurry are the most important things. So, you know, if you don't like the idea of Meteor Strike, you don't have to use it. But one of the nice things about Meteor Strike with this particular build is that it's a very, very fast cast. With that much of a discount on cast speed, it's pretty darn quick, as you can see. And potentially even faster if you were to use Startling Strain. That'll bring your cast speed to 51% of base, which is quite a phenomenally small amount of cast speed. In fact, I kind of want to show that off. Let my abilities come off cooldown and show that off again. Apologize for not really having uploaded as many of these videos recently. I've been rather busy doing other things, and it is, of course, the holiday season, so that time of year is around where people are busy, and I'm no exception for sure. Make sure we have our spell damage on. We sure do. And let's drop this. Get some mana up here. Gonna let the there we go. Wow, look at that cast speed. That is ridiculous. That is a very fast meteor. Wow. 51% attack or cast speed. That is absurd. So there you go. That's the Gypsy. Very high cast speed. Not a lot of CC. None of these trees really have any great crowd control. Skewer is nice. You could take it for a ranged AoE stun. Possibly doing some crazy shenanigans like meteor striking into a skewer with the insane cast speed that you have. So you have some choices. But it's just a matter of applying them how you wish. So that's really all I had to say. Thanks for watching.